Today I'm going to be showing you this casual wake up makeup routine, this tired makeup routine. I was up way too late last night. I had a few glasses of wine. I woke up this morning looking not so great and I needed to refresh myself, look presentable because I have a couple places to go today and I need to, talk to people. So I thought I would go through things with you today and show you what I do to try and look presentable, and hopefully it will help you guys out or just show you what I do. Either way, I had to do it myself today and thought I would just go through it with you on camera. It's gonna be longer than normal because I'm gonna be talking while I'm doing it, but it normally doesn't take me longer than 10-15 minutes. So if you're like me and you've seen some of these videos, a lot of them may take 5 or 10 minutes, but when you get older, I'm over 40, and I would say maybe mid-30s and 40s and older. I just find that as I get older, it takes me a little longer to get ready in general because I have more to conceal. Takes me longer to do my under eye area. It can take you 5 minutes to do your brows and conceal little sunspots on your face alone. So this routine is not going to be a 5-minute routine. That's life, I guess, as we get older. It's a somewhat quick routine when I need to get out the door, but I want to look somewhat decent and presentable and just want to go. So I do want to show you one thing that I got from Octoly. If you're not familiar with Octoly, it's just a website for creators and you can apply to get product for free to test it out and try it and give your honest review. It's not paid, it's not anything like that, but it's really good if you really want to try out a product. You don't always get approved. I've gotten rejected from plenty on there. So I got these Patchology Flash Patch Rejuvenating Eye Gels. I talked about them on Instagram and I've really been liking them. My under eye area is a struggle for me. They're really cooling, really refreshing. You wear them for 5 minutes and then when you're finished, you pull them off and massage the rest into your under eye area. I still do put on my little dab of oil and my eye cream before I put on my eye makeup, but I've actually really been liking these a lot. I think they're great if you want some extra treatment for your under eye area. You can use them at night, you can use them in the morning, but that is one thing that I have been doing on extra tired days is using an eye mask like this one. And lately this has been my eye mask of choice. So I'm really glad that I was able to try this product out and report back on it for you guys. And they are providing a 20% off code for you guys down below so that you can get this at a discount. So that's the first thing that I've been doing lately is slapping these on while I'm doing some other stuff for 5 minutes and then taking them off. Clearly I've already washed my face because I am doing this. And I have also put on sunscreen and all that. I use my Paula's Choice Super Light Wrinkle Resist. That's just my sunscreen of choice. I like using that on days like this because it is mattifying without being drying at all. And because it's so mattifying for me, I can double it as a primer. So I don't necessarily need a primer. You don't have to use a primer on days like this. That is completely your call, and we can get into the rest of the video. So I know a lot of you have been curious about this Clinique Acne Solutions BB cream. I'm in the shade light medium. I talked about this in my favorite BB creams and light foundations video, which I'll link for you guys. I really like this stuff. I would not recommend using this every day because it does have some alcohol in it. And you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, I'm not a fan of using something that has fairly high alcohol content in it on a daily basis. But if you need something that's pretty quick and easy to slap on and look polished and look skin-like, this is great. You really have to shake this up and you'll hear it. There's a ball in here or something that helps shake it up. And I apply this with my fingers. It's really, really watery. I'm hoping that my camera will focus on it. It may or may not, but you'll still be able to see how watery it is. I mean, it pours out. And I apply it like a lotion. I'm gonna try and get really close or zoom in so that you can hopefully see what this does to my skin and to my pores. So if you look really closely at my pores, and I have no concealer on whatsoever, I don't have it under my eyes at all. I'm gonna do concealer there, but this stuff is really, really good for how quickly it applies and how easily it applies. I mean, it really does blur pores. Like I said, it doesn't cover every single imperfection, but I'm not looking for that today. I just want something to kind of even me out and cover well for what the day is. And it really does make the skin look really nice. I'm going in with just a little bit of corrector right in the darkest parts because I feel like that is what's gonna make me look tired, if anything. I have a little vein showing up right there. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, and I'm using the Tarte CC corrector for that, just so you know, and I'm in the shade light medium. And on top of that, I am going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place concealer in light medium cool. I am loving this stuff. I feel like it conceals pretty much as well as Shape Tape, but it is more moisturizing. It's not quite as flawless looking, if that makes sense. And I don't always want that kind of coverage when I'm not wearing a full polished makeup look like today. And I am going to put another dot here and one right there in the darkest parts. So this will kind of give me lift to my cheekbone. This will obviously help out with that hollowed part. You don't need to do that if you don't have hollows right there like I do. But this will help make me look a little bit more awake, and that is the goal for today, is to not look as tired. Highlighting this inner part just helps make me look more awake. And I'm actually gonna take a little bit of that on the bridge of the nose because I have some sunspots right there. Before I start creasing uncontrollably underneath my under eye area, I'm gonna go in and set with my number 7 Perfect Light Loose Powder. I just love this. I think it looks very soft and natural underneath the eye and all over the face. This is kind of my default powder, I guess. I've been using some others, but I always tend to go back to this one lately. And if you are someone who has problems setting underneath the eye because it makes you look really tired or older than you are, skip that step by all means. And use other methods, or just don't set. I crease really badly directly underneath the eye if I don't set, so I just go ahead and do that. Now I'm gonna take the Glossier Cloud Paint in Puff and use that on my cheeks. I'm just using my fingers. I like this color because it's such a nice, soft, baby pink color. It's really subtle, and it gives just enough brightness to the cheeks without looking like too much makeup. And that's what I want today. I'm really liking these because you can put them on and build them over powder, over foundation. They're really versatile. Octoly also sent me the Estee Lauder Double Wear Waterproof All Day Extreme Wear Concealer. And they sent me the shade 2C. That's actually what I ordered. And it was actually too cool for my face. That's the shade I wear underneath my eyes. I don't know why I ordered cool for my face. I'm not cool toned. I liked it so much though, the way that it wore, that I ordered shade 2W on my own so that I could wear it on my face. I probably could go a little bit darker, but this is working fine. It seems to be waterproof because I have sweated with this on my face and it has stayed put. So it covers well, it wears well. For my face, this has been really great to cover spots or what have you. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that wherever I need it. Again, concealing is an optional step. And some days I don't even bother. If you set your face, this is where you're going to do that. I am using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder. I use various powders to set. That's just what I'm using today. And this powder is so finely milled that I find I can't use my normal method of a damp beauty blender with it. I don't know, it just looks cakey or something when I set it that way. This works well, it stays matte. I just dab it on and press it in and it works. It just melds into the skin and keeps me matte a pretty long time, but it doesn't look flat at all. And my light just got really light. I need to lower my settings. Okay, that's better. I was looking a little bit ghostly in the monitor. Okay. I think I've dabbed enough powder on. This is another optional step. You don't have to do bronzer, it's up to you. I find it gives a lot of life to my face and I need it on days like this because I find that I can look extra pale on tired days and I just need to look more awake. And bronzer sometimes does that. I could have done a cream bronzer, but I find that they take a little bit longer and yeah, I don't need that today. Here's what we have so far. I did my brows off camera. I used the NYX Precision Brow Pencil in Taupe and Glossier Boy Brow in Blonde. My brows are not perfect. They're not my strong suit. They're not even with each other. They always look different every day. I'm gonna show two options for the eyes, and you do whatever you wanna do. I've been known to do both. I don't really have a preference. It really just depends on how much time I have. Sometimes I just curl my lashes, put on mascara, and call it a day because that's all I have time for. I'm using NARS Galapagos Single Shadow because it just works really well to line with or use as a shadow. And the Laura Mercier flat eyeliner brush, you can use whatever flat eyeliner brush you want to, and I'm just gonna go kind of above the lashes and directly into the lash line, kind of tight lining, but from above the lashes instead of underneath, because let's just say I don't have time to do a whole tight line thing, and I don't wanna go underneath, I don't wanna deal with my eyes watering, but I do want a little bit more definition on my lash line than what my sparse little lashes give me. So this might be something I would do and then not do anything else. It looks like maybe my lash line's a little bit thicker on this eye than this eye now, and I can curl my lashes and be done and put on my lip stuff and go. And somebody just started mowing. That is so shocking that somebody's doing yard work while I'm filming. Swear, I timed this perfectly every single video. You can use whatever mascara you want to use. I'm going to use the Lash Paradise Waterproof because it is not super volumizing on me. It's just okay. And it's pretty natural. Come on. Lawnmower mascara mistakes. What else, people? So I feel like I'm gonna have to start talking really loudly because of the lawnmower that is happening literally right outside my window. I would definitely say no matter what, just curl your lashes. If you have thick, great lashes and don't need mascara, that's awesome. If you have very uneven eyelids or veiny eyelids and you really want to put something on there to even them out, it's completely understandable. Put a primer on, and they do make tinted primers. Urban Decay Eden is one that I was using for a long time. I just used the Milani eyeshadow primer. It's really cheap, it's really effective. And take a neutral matte eyeshadow. I'm using my Naked Basics palette, an oldie but a goodie. I'm gonna take WOS. You could also use Foxy right here, and just put that as a wash of color all over your lid. But that will even out the pigmentation on that lid, and I'm gonna show you the difference in the two lids. But now what's happening is, you know, you're emphasizing that hood. Now go back to the bronzer that you used a while ago, whether it was this or a different one. You could also use a mid-tone shadow from the palette you used, or whatever mid-tone shadow you have laying around. I like to use the bronzer because it just ties in the whole face together, and it looks really natural. It looks like your natural shadow instead of like you're wearing a shadow. And just take a fluffy brush. I'm using the Sigma E40, and I angle it upwards and I put it all above the crease and just swirl it around. So this is going to be all I'm doing with my eye on a day like this. And it's just gonna give a little bit of life to the eye that you wouldn't have with just that flat shadow. I'm gonna use the same brush I used all over my lid. This is the Omnia BOM-40 from Royal and Langnickel. If you just use this one and you have it handy, you can take that bronzer and just run it along your lower lash line. It just makes the eye look a little bit bigger. It doesn't look over the top. It just opens up that eye a little bit. I'm gonna do that same technique with the Galapagos, smudging it in right at the lash line. You can do it even if you have hooded eyes. You don't need to worry about a wing. You don't need to worry about a fold coming down or anything like that. It's absolutely perfect for anybody. Now we're gonna curl the lashes. You still have two very natural looking eyes. This one just has all the imperfections, if you will, camouflaged. While this one, you can still see the little veins and imperfections. It's fine. Sometimes I do that. I just wanted to give you both options. Pixi has these Shea Butter lip balms that are actually quite nice for a natural lip tint look. So that's what I'm gonna use today. It would help if I told you the shade that I'm using. This one is in shade Natural Rose. And I know some of you are not gonna use a cream blush, so I wanted to throw out a couple of powder blush options to just give you that more awake, flushed look. I've talked about the Sonia Kashuk Melon Blush in a few videos. I've had it on my face. It is super flattering, super great for an awake look. Another one that I don't think is going to show up on camera as pretty as it is on the skin and as pretty as it looks in the pan is Cargo Catalina. I know I talk about Tonga a lot for being one of the most perfect neutral blushes, but this one is kind of a bubblegum pink looking in the pan, but on the skin it just gives this great flush look. And I was looking on the monitor and it really looked washed out, but on the skin it's just beautiful. Actually, it's the exact same shade as my nails. So really up close, it was not doing it justice to the color. And on the skin, it is beautiful. I would say this would give you pretty much almost the exact look as the puff paint on the skin if you wanted a powder blush for that color. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Cohesive pink look right here. And this is going to be more of a coral pink color. So anyway, just wanted to give you options. So that's my tired makeup routine, my wake up makeup if I'm really tired and still need to look somewhat presentable. I mean, I don't do that exact same thing every time, but I think this is a good representation of what I do. It's easy and hopefully it looks a little bit better than when I first started. And hopefully I can go out in the world and talk to people and not look like I was up way later than I needed to be last night. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're not following me on social media, I'll put that on the screen and down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.